You're stupid if you go weekly to the mechanic for your bike. Seriously, you are. Because some motorcycles are built so well that mechanics only see them when it's time for an oil change. What bikes am I speaking of? Japanese naked bikes. It's not just a way to get around, but amazing machines that often run for 100,000 miles without significant problems. Don't forget to hit the subscribe button in order to see more of our videos. I'm counting the 18 most rigid, dependable Japanese naked bikes ever made. And the number one bike? It's still going strong after 4 decades with almost no changes to its design. I've looked at reports from owners, surveys from mechanics, and years of data to find bikes that don't just claim to be reliable, but actually prove it mile after mile. Before we start, comment on the highest mileage you've seen on a Japanese bike. I bet someone watching has one that's outlasted the person who first bought it. What makes Japanese naked bikes so incredibly reliable? 3 main principles are followed by engineers at Honda, Yamaha, Suzuki, and Kawasaki. I'll reveal these engineering secrets at number 15, number 8, and our top bike. Let's get started with number 18. The Kawasaki ER6N earned its reputation through practical, no-nonsense design. Its 649cc liquid-cooled parallel twin perfectly balances performance and long life. With 72 horsepower and 49 pound-feet of torque, the ER6N delivers enough power without straining its components. What makes it genuinely reliable is Kawasaki's attention to thermal management. The cooling system prevents the engine from reaching temperatures that accelerate wear. Owners report exceeding 60,000 miles with just essential maintenance. Number 17 is the Yamaha XSR 700, which combines retro styling with modern reliability. Its 689cc parallel twin engine delivers 74 horsepower with minimal vibration thanks to its 270-degree firing interval. By reducing vibrations, Yamaha eliminated one of the leading causes of premature part failure. The XSR 700's valve adjustment intervals are impressive at 26,000 miles, nearly twice as long as some competitors. Owners consistently report over 80,000-mile lifespans with minimal issues beyond normal wear items. At number 16, the Honda CB1 pioneered naked sport bikes in Japan in the late 1980s. Its compact 399cc inline-4 engine produces 55 horsepower, reaching speeds of 115 miles per hour. What's impressive is how many of these bikes are still running perfectly after 30 years on the road. Honda's build quality shows in every detail, from the precisely engineered valve train to the nearly unbreakable transmission. These bikes routinely surpass 100,000 miles with minimal internal wear. The Suzuki Bandit 1200 takes number 15. Launched in 1996, this air and oil-cooled inline-4 displaces 1,157cc and was intentionally under-stressed for maximum longevity. With 100 horsepower and 67 pound-feet of torque, it delivers smooth power that never puts too much strain on internal parts. And here's our first Japanese engineering principle: proven technology over innovation. The Bandit engine was already refined through years of development before being placed in this model. Japanese engineers perfected existing designs rather than constantly trying to reinvent everything. The Bandit's oversized bearings, robust transmission, and simple cooling system eliminate common failure points. Owners report these bikes routinely exceed 150,000 miles with essential maintenance. Some have documented over 200,000 miles on original engines. As one longtime mechanic famously described it, the Bandit 1200 is the AK-47 of motorcycles. It is not the most refined, but it will run through apocalyptic conditions without complaint. Number 14 is the Suzuki GS 1100E from the early 1980s. This 1,074cc air-cooled inline-4 produces 108 horsepower and 68 pound-feet of torque. What makes it unique is how overbuilt it is, with thicker cylinder walls, stronger connecting rods, and larger oil passages than needed. When released, the GS 1100E was named Clyde World Superbike of the Year, but its true achievement is how many continue running flawlessly after 40 years. These bikes commonly exceed 120,000 miles, with some reaching over 200,000 miles. Number 13 is the Yamaha XS650, a parallel twin that proves simplicity and reliability go hand in hand. Introduced in 1968, this 654cc air-cooled engine featured an overhead cam design when most competitors still use pushrod systems, producing 50 horsepower. The XS650's horizontally split crankcase made maintenance more manageable. At the same time, the robust bearing surfaces meant the engine could run hundreds of thousands of miles without significant rebuilds. Many remain in daily use for over half a century after being made. When introduced in 2010, the Honda CB1100 modernized the classic UJM formula, earning it the number 12 spot. Its air and oil-cooled 1,140cc inline-4 produces 88 horsepower and focuses on smooth, accessible power. What makes it exceptionally reliable is Honda's attention to detail, from its fuel injection calibrated for longevity to its over-specified electrical system. Owners report that these bikes regularly exceed 100,000 miles with only routine maintenance, and Honda's legendary quality control is evident in every component. Number 11 is the Yamaha SR400, the most mechanically simple bike on our list. This 399cc air-cooled single-cylinder has remained virtually unchanged since the 1970s because when something works perfectly, why change it? Producing 23 horsepower, the SR400's kickstart-only design eliminates starter motor failures, while the straightforward engine geometry promotes longevity. It continued production with minimal changes until 2021, making it one of the longest-running motorcycle designs in history. The Suzuki Bandit 1250 takes our number 10 spot. Building on the already reliable 1200 model, the updated 1255cc engine added liquid cooling and fuel injection while keeping the bulletproof bottom-end design. With 98 horsepower and 80 pound-feet of torque, Suzuki intentionally tuned this engine for flat torque curves and heat stability over maximum power. This conservative approach means the engine rarely has to work hard, extending the life of every internal part. Owners report these bikes routinely exceed 150,000 miles with essential maintenance. At number 9, we have the Kawasaki Z900 SE, a modern naked bike combining performance with exceptional reliability. Its 948cc liquid-cooled inline-4 produces 123 horsepower and 73 pound-feet of torque. Kawasaki's refined engineering makes it exceptionally reliable, with reinforced internal components, precisely balanced moving parts, and exceptional oil circulation. Owners consistently rate the Z900 SE among the most trouble-free motorcycles they've owned, with maintenance intervals that favor more riding and less wrenching. The Suzuki GSX S1000 takes the 8th position, bringing superbike DNA to a street-focused package. Powered by a revised version of the legendary K5 GSX R1000 engine, this 999cc liquid-cooled inline-4 produces 150 horsepower and 80 pound-feet of torque. Here's our second Japanese engineering principle: serviceability over styling. Japanese engineers designed these engines with accessible maintenance points. The GSX S1000's valve adjustment intervals are a generous 15,000 miles, and accessing key maintenance points doesn't require taking apart half the motorcycle. This practical approach means these bikes continue running perfectly long after harder-to-maintain competitors have been scrapped. Number 7 is the Kawasaki Z650 RS, combining retro styling with modern reliability. Its 649cc parallel twin produces 67 horsepower and 47 pound-feet of torque. Kawasaki designed this engine with exceptional thermal stability, reducing the expansion and contraction cycles that eventually lead to component failure. The deep skirt crankcase provides outstanding rigidity, while the gear-driven balancer shaft runs through bushings instead of bearings for simplified maintenance. Owners report these motorcycles regularly exceed 80,000 miles with just routine maintenance. The Honda XR650L earns a 6th position as one of the most indestructible motorcycles ever created. This 644cc air-cooled single-cylinder produces 40 horsepower and 42 pound-feet of torque. What makes it extraordinary is its ability to maintain reliability under brutal conditions. The radial 4-valve combustion chamber promotes efficient cooling. At the same time, dry sump lubrication ensures consistent oil delivery at any angle. Simple air cooling eliminates failure points like water pumps and radiators. These bikes routinely exceed 100,000 miles in the harshest environments imaginable. At number 5, the Suzuki SV650 redefined what riders expect from a middleweight naked bike. Its 645cc V-twin produces 75 horsepower and 47 pound-feet of torque. Suzuki designed the V-twin with outstanding thermal balance, and the 90-degree cylinder configuration naturally reduces vibration that would otherwise accelerate wear. The dual-throttle valve injection system maintains precise fueling under all conditions, preventing the lean running that often damages engines. This attention to detail explains why many SV650s continue running perfectly even after 15 years of hard use. The Kawasaki KLR 650 takes 4th place, proving that simplicity translates to unmatched reliability. This 651cc single cylinder produces 40 horsepower and 39 pound-feet of torque. What makes it extraordinary isn't cutting-edge technology, it's the lack of it. The conservative compression ratio ensures the engine never works too hard. At the same time, the large oil capacity keeps operating temperatures stable during long rides. The KLR 650 remained in production with minimal changes for over 30 years because its reliability was legendary, with adventure riders documenting worldwide journeys exceeding 200,000 miles on original engines. The Yamaha FJR 1300 claims third position, proving that high performance and reliability aren't mutually exclusive. Its 1,298cc liquid-cooled inline-4 produces 145 horsepower and 102 pound-feet of torque. Yamaha engineered this powerful engine specifically for longevity, with a 5-valve-per-cylinder design improving combustion efficiency and massive connecting rods providing enormous safety margins. The shaft drive eliminates chain maintenance, contributing to the bike's long-term dependability. Owners routinely report exceeding 150,000 miles without major engine work, with some documented cases surpassing 300,000 miles. The Honda Goldwing GL 1800 takes second place, representing the pinnacle of touring reliability. Its 1,833cc flat-six engine produces 125 horsepower and 125 pound-feet of torque. The Goldwing's reliability comes from Honda's obsession with engineering precision. The horizontally opposed six-cylinder design is naturally balanced, eliminating vibration that would otherwise cause component fatigue. Honda's legendary quality control is evident in every aspect, from its nearly indestructible transmission to its fault-tolerant electrical system. These motorcycles routinely exceed 200,000 miles, with many documented cases surpassing 400,000 miles on original engines. The original Goldwing was indeed a naked bike before fairings were added in later generations, which is why it qualifies for our list. Now, we've reached our number 1 most reliable Japanese naked bike. Before I reveal it, make your guess in the comments. The legendary Honda CB750 SOHC stands as the undisputed champion of reliability in the naked bike world. First released in 1969, this revolutionary machine remains one of the most bulletproof motorcycles ever engineered more than 50 years later. At its heart lies an air-cooled 736cc inline-4 that pioneered the modern superbike era. With 67 horsepower and 44 pound-feet of torque, it was revolutionary when introduced and had a top speed of 125 miles per hour. What makes the CB750 genuinely spectacular is how it was overbuilt in virtually every aspect. The engine features oversized main bearings, a nearly indestructible crankshaft, and a bulletproof transmission. Honda sold almost 400,000 of these bikes, a fantastic percentage of which still run today. And here's the final and most crucial Japanese engineering principle: build forever, not just warranty. The CB750 wasn't designed to last 5 or 10 years. It was engineered to become a lifetime companion. This philosophy shows in every aspect of its construction. This bike's reliability is so legendary that many examples have exceeded 300,000 miles on original engines, with some documented cases surpassing 400,000 miles. As one lifetime owner put it, my CB750 will outlive me, and probably my children too. If you enjoyed this reliability countdown, hit that like button, especially if you want to own one of these bulletproof machines. Subscribe to our next video, where we'll show you the fastest Japanese bikes that'll ever exist on Earth.